Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Wednesday of our Week of Women for the 17th Annual Women's Leadership Conference. I am Angela Wilson, President of the Muskogee Chamber of Commerce. I just want to welcome you back today, or welcome you if this is your first day with us this week. We are very excited for today's speaker. I do want to first thank our sponsors once again, because without them, this week would not be possible. Our presenting sponsor of the week is Muskogee Creek Nation Casino. Our host sponsor is Indian Capital Technology Center, Georgia Pacific, Green Country Behavioral Health Services, St. Francis Hospital Muskogee, Advantage Controls, American Bank of Oklahoma, Armstrong Bank, Arvest Bank, Connor State College, Edward Jones, Love Bottling, Muskogee Phoenix, and Northeastern State University. So again, a huge thank you to our sponsors this week. If there are any questions for the speaker today, please put them in the chat box and we will get to them at the end of the session. And today's virtual session is presented by Georgia Pacific. And with us today from Georgia Pacific is Jennifer Rector, the Public Affairs and Communications Manager. And I'm going to hand it over to Jennifer to introduce our speaker for today.
Thank you, and good morning, everyone. It's my pleasure to be here today with you. As many of you know, Georgia Pacific is among the world's leading manufacturers of bath tissue, paper towels, napkins, building products, among many other things. We're one of the largest private employers here in Muskogee, with nearly 800 GP employees at our Muskogee mill. And together, we make about 1 million rolls of toilet paper each day. So women's leadership is something that we see every day at GP. I'm honored to work with amazing women throughout our facility, many of whom are on our call today. And it is our honor to present our guest speaker, Cara Barker. Cara is a senior leader with a top Fortune 50 insurance and financial services organization located in Dallas, Texas, so pretty close to us. She's a servant leader with over 15 years of leadership experience in corporate training, human resources, diversity, inclusion, and property and casualty claims. Quite the resume. Cara received her bachelor's degree in psychology with honors and her master's degree in human relations and organizational leadership, magna cum laude, from University of Oklahoma. She also earned a chartered life underwriter designation and chartered property casual underwriter. Cara is a board member with the African American Forum Employee Resource Group, a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, and co-founder of Relationships, Marriage Ministry, and Hope Hop International. Cara has been recognized by LinkedIn as a top 2020 leader to follow and has recently become a leadership fellow with the National African American Women's Leadership Institute. Cara is a renowned published author with a globally distributed Hallelujahs and Hiccups, a 100-day devotional journal, and content creator for YouVersion with 2 featured reading plans, Hallelujahs and Hiccups, a 14-day reading plan, and new featured reading plan, Queen Moves, a 5-day reading plan. So be sure to check those out. Cara's creative vision and compassion for leadership and community service is her passion. She brings authenticity into everything she does by championing diversity, equity, inclusion, and belonging within her local community and abroad. She models integrity and transparency. As a certified coach and motivational speaker, she enjoys empowering women to help them recognize their full potential and value while discovering their strengths and purpose. So I'm sure we're in for a great message today. Cara currently lives in McKinney, Texas with her husband, Lonnie. They have been married 25 years and are the proud parents of 3 children. Welcome, Cara. Please take it away.
Awesome. Thank you, Jennifer. Greetings, everyone. It is such a privilege to spend this quality time with such an amazing group of influencers, coaches, leaders, executives who have truly made the commitment to their personal growth as well as the growth of the team. Now, I know some of you may have automatically turned down the volume or turned off just the channel when you heard where I currently reside in McKinney, Texas. But trust me, friends, and yes, we're now friends. That's how we do in the South. Trust me, friends, that my roots are in Oklahoma, as Jennifer said. I'm a Okie, but not from Muskogee. I am from Tulsa. And I do want to mention I am a graduate from Jenks High School. And she mentioned where I received my designations and my degrees from the University of Oklahoma. So I will always be a boomer sooner. So in my profession, ladies, and probably there's a few gents out there, there's always gentlemen that jump into these sessions. I have the tremendous opportunity to coach and lead leaders and professionals in various disciplines. So that whether it be the marketing executives, the insurance professionals, the savvy stay-at-home moms, or the bloggers, not to confuse as cloggers, because people do still do clogging, and the up and coming rising college students who are ready to enter the world. So to say that I am thrilled to be with you all for these few moments to join this virtual audience is an understatement. Yes, it is. I am extremely excited. She talked about a lot of accolades on my resume, but what I want to assume the role for the next 40 minutes or so is to be your virtual coach or your career coach. So what I usually tell the ladies that I do some women empowerment sessions, we're going to be in for a treat for a 1-2 punch. It may get a little bit sticky. You may feel like a gut punch a couple of times, but it's all in love and it's all in grace. So the goal of this session, so first of all, let's make sure you get all your writing utensils available because we're going to be taking some notes. And I know there's some things in that leadership kit as well, but the goal of this session, ladies, is to help you build your self-confidence muscles to embrace your true, authentic self by igniting your passion and finding your leadership voice. So let's go get started. So developing your sense of self-worth and confidence is the ability to start at an early age. And I would say as young women or older women, we tend to start developing our self-worth and confidence at an early age, and can be some of our traits that we carry into us being as an effective leader, an effective coach, an effective recruiter, an effective doctor, nurse, or practitioner. In a recent study I found in a confidence report by Dove Global Beauty, it indicated, and this is kind of interesting, over 85% of women said they opted out of important life activities and engaging in family or loved ones when they don't feel good about the way they look. So you think about our self-image, our beauty, the outward appearance sometimes has an impact on how we feel internally. Also, a statistic said 8 out of 10 women stated they felt pressured to never make mistakes or show weaknesses as a teen. So you may be asking me, like, Cara, where does this have to do with leadership? Well, hold on. Let me share a few more stats that may strike a chord with probably some of the HR admins out there. In a recent study that I just literally read last night out of Fast Company Business, online business article, it stated that 65% of employees in America, so in the US, say that they rather change their boss than have a pay raise. That was just this year, rather change their boss. But the most alarming stats, ladies, is that 75% of employees quit their jobs because of their direct supervisor. So making bad leadership the #1 cause of voluntary turnover in the world. Let me say that again. The #1 cause of people leaving their jobs is a bad supervisor. Wow. So that's why we're here today. We're going to pump up some of those self-confidence muscles. So this is huge. So if you kind of scan, if you have a productivity issue, an engagement problem, a retention problem, you can't retain the top talent, you have a turnover problem, take a fine look at your leadership pipeline and who is leading your employees. Now, eyes locked in. Don't look around, especially for those that are doing this virtual session with a group of friends or colleagues. Don't start looking around and start saying good, good, bad, good, good, bad. We don't want you to do that. Lock your eyes still on me. But the point that I want you to hear, the first tweetable hashtag, if there is one, is hashtag, if you lack self-confidence, authenticity, passion for people, and developing others, lack vision or the ability, right, to provide vision or purpose for your team, you may be part of the problem. Ouch. Now, I don't know if that's too many characters for Twitter, but just to think about it, if you lack confidence as a leader, you lack authenticity, you're not authentic, you lack the vision to drive the vision for your team, you are unable to drive purpose or understanding or even really to explain the why of what we're doing, you could be the clog in the process that's why your team is not getting the results. Ouch. So don't get discouraged. Okay, let's not get discouraged. This is supposed to be the 1-2 fun punch middle week session. So don't get discouraged, ladies, and a few gents out there, is that because this is supposed to be motivating and inspiring, so I got to get back on track. Confident leaders genuinely believe in their ability to make a difference. I want to say that again with full confidence here. Confident leaders genuinely believe in their ability to make a difference, right? However, on the flip side, leaders who lack confidence are unable to effectively and consistently empower and motivate and lead their teams. So if you don't have confidence, and that's not arrogance, let's not get those confused, but if you don't have confidence, you are selling your team short. You are not able to lead your team in the direction it needs to go. And quite personally, you're not able to be your very best and bring your very best person or best version of you to any setting you're in. So when you don't have that confidence or that I call the mojo, if you don't have that, ladies, you are playing small, and when you play small, you're not playing all. Let's say that again. When you're playing small, you are not giving it all, and you are not believing it all. So in your leadership kit, we're going to do a little bit of practice here because I want to see where we are. And so in your leadership kit, hopefully you saw an activity. It looks like this. I'm going to show it on the screen here. It's a 4 quadrants. So out of your leadership kit, or if you downloaded it on your phone or your smart devices, I want you to get out the exercise. It's called Lead Her Ship. And I promise it's not a spelling error because we're talking about leaders, of women leaders. So lead her ship. Okay. This activity is called a start, stop, continue, and pause. So in this kit, you will see 4 quadrants or 4 boxes. So if you didn't have the opportunity to download the leadership kit, grab a blank sheet of paper and draw 4 boxes. And on the boxes, if you're using a blank sheet of paper, I want you to draw the 4 categories: start, stop, continue, and pause. Okay? So in the next 5 minutes, just 5 minutes, I need you all to self-reflect and jot down just a few bullets. It could be no narratives, but a few bullets in the 4 boxes of what you can own today as a leader, or say as an aspiring leader. Okay, what do you want to own today? What are some things that are getting in the way? So think about start. What do you want to start today that's going to build your confidence in leading your team? In the other box, stop. What do you need to immediately stop because it's really not effective? So think about surveys or opinion surveys, the things that you've been hearing around the water cooler. What are some things you probably need to stop that are not really productive? And then continue. What are the things that you continue are doing that is really driving some great behaviors and results? And then pause. What do you think you need to pause? That really it's not a priority. It probably can move down at the bottom or middle of your list, but what do you need to pause? So let's take 5 minutes to do a quick exercise using the 4 quadrants, the leadership exercise. And we'll take 5 minutes. And for the overachievers, feel free to write on the back, but leave you some space because we've got more notes to take today. And many of you are probably thinking hard. Don't overthink it. The good thing about this, you can make copies of this, and I'm going to tell you how you can apply this to other areas as well. So don't overthink it, just a couple bullets. What do you need to start doing? What do you need to stop doing? What should you continue? And what would be a good thing to pause? Not really on your prioritization list right now, move it a little bit further down the list. All right. So one of the things, as you guys are jotting this down, the great thing about this exercise is not earth science. I didn't make it up, so I don't want to take credit for it. But this exercise is something that I use with every team that I'm leading. So we're talking really about self-reflection of what we can do and own. But this is an awesome exercise to do with your team, to do with your spouse or your partner, to do even with your kids, to figure out how you can be more of an effective mom, an effective leader, effective spouse, and an effective friend. But we're talking about leadership. So one of the things with this exercise, because it is so universal, ladies, is that it can be used to build new relationships. So every time I lead a team, and I've had the opportunity to lead about 7 or 8 different teams in different demographics and different places in the United States, this has been an successful exercise. Every time I'm doing a one-on-one with my leaders, I usually end it with, what is something you need me to start doing? What do you need me to stop doing? What do you think is beneficial for this relationship to continue? And is there something that I should pause? Now, by doing that, it takes the position of humility, but it also creates an empowerment for those that you lead, because it also gives a signal that you are coachable. Not only can you coach, but you are also coachable. So the beauty of this is that you can focus on your current role in the organization that you're in, or you can make it personal. What I love to do with this exercise is that I usually do a self-check every quarter. And I write down in these 4 quadrants. I don't use the fancy handout, but I write it in my journal like, okay, thinking of the past 3 months, what did I start doing that seemed like it was effective? What do I need to stop? What are some things that really did not get to the bottom line? Or what are some things that really didn't get a good return on my investment of time? What should I continue and what should I pause? So now that you've identified some opportunities, ladies, and probably some gents out there, think about this. I want you to grab another piece of paper because we're about to dive into getting into some strategies. So you're thinking, okay, this is going to be a lot. I want to equip you all with the feeling that you can do great and that you are made for more and you are made for significance. And so when I think about confidence and being a leader, it is leading with authenticity. It is leading with passion. It is leading with consistency. And also it's leading with empathy and care. You know, you have to think about, as you lead your team or you lead different teams, you as a leader, one of the prime ingredients is that you want to be confident that you know you can lead effectively this team. When you shrink and you play small, it really has a negative impact on those that are leading, that you are leading. All right, so I want to give you 7 ways. If you are not, you're kind of shaky, thinking about the boxes or the bullets that you wrote in your boxes, I want to give you 7 ways to restore your confidence. Now, I'm not saying, ladies, you weren't just the best thing since sliced bread. I know that's a little bit of Southern talk there, but I'm telling you, ladies, that there are seasons in our life that we just don't feel confident. We don't feel like we're being our best. We feel a little bit inadequate. And I don't know about you, coming off of the brink of a pandemic from 2020 into 2021, I can tell you, I wasn't feeling really confident fitting in my skinny jeans. And I know we're not talking about fitness, but I really wasn't confident fitting in those skinny jeans. And so, but talking about leadership in general is that there is always an opportunity to strengthen those confident muscles. So I want to give you that today as your life coach today. All right. So 7 ways to restore your confidence daily. So what I want you ladies to get in the rhythm of doing this on a daily basis and then creating some habits that are healthy that may actually transfer into those that you are leading. So when the leader gets better, the team gets better. All right, number 1. This is simple, but sometimes we got to do a reminders for ourselves. Number 1, go out of your way to get out of your comfort zone. I'm going to say that again. Go out of your way to get out of your comfort zone. Confidence, yes, confidence comes from taking risk. You gotta step out in the deep waters. You gotta put yourself out there. When you take a chance and you get positive results, it proves that you are capable, and small wins lead to lasting results. But you gotta get out of your own way. Sometimes we are in our own way. It's nothing else but ourselves. So get out of your way and get out of your comfort zone. It's okay to color outside the lines sometimes. Number 2, in ways to restore your confidence is adopt a positive outlook. Perspective is everything. I can tell you, I have changed multiple roles in multiple seasons. So I have been in the leadership space for 15 years, but I've been in the corporate sector for about 20 years. And so it is very easy to get in the valley moments, I would say, and really make grandiose ideas when they're really not that grandiose. So adopting a positive outlook. Perspective is everything. Was it really a bad day or a bad 30 minutes or an hour? My husband has to remind me sometimes, like, Cara, was it that bad of a day, or did you just have a bad interaction? Are you going to allow that day to hijack your emotion for the rest of the hours of the day? You got 24 hours in the day. Can you actually say 24 hours were bad? Or was it just was it just 30 minutes? Was it a bad interaction, a negative interaction with a customer, a client, or even a boss? Was it the entire day? So adopt a positive outlook. Number 3, don't let perfectionism stop you from trying. Oh my goodness, ladies and leaders and a few gentlemen out there, I'm sure, is that perfectionism and being perfect is the enemy. It's the nemesis to success. When you feel like you have to be perfect in everything, you end up making more mistakes. Trust me, when you want to make sure every single I is dotted and every T is crossed, there's a chance that you forget a comma or semicolon or what have you. So when you think about perfectionism, it is an enemy of success. You're going to fail some things. You're not going to be perfect. You're not going to be perfect. So when you feel like you have to be perfect, it's easy to become locked up with enough fear that you just don't even try. So really get out the mindset that perfect makes things happen. Yes, you want to get in a rhythm of doing the right thing, but sometimes you will not be perfect and everything won't be perfect. Number 4, trust your instincts and go with your gut. And I know more of you may be thinking, yes, this is day 3. So think about it. You probably learned a lot of great nuggets from a lot of the great panels. This is a powerful leadership panel, and you're about to hear an amazing one tomorrow. But think about all of the things that you've heard. Find some connecting points there. There are some things that probably has resonated with your dream plan, your vision board, your journal, your action plan, your development plan. When you find those connecting pieces, trust your instinct and go for it. You got to launch sometime. If there's doubt, pray about it. I say pray about it, but move forward. You got to move. When you think about your instinct, you have to mute your inner doubter. I'm going to say that again with full confidence. Mute the inner doubter. The negative Nancy's out there. No, I hope that there's no Nancy's out there, but the negative people out there, or the negative voice in there that's telling you that you're not good, you're going to fail, you're going to be terrible, they're not going to listen to you, you're not going to get the results, you're not going to win for the day. You really need to mute that inner doubter and turn up the inner cheerleader. So if you don't have the cheerleader, and you don't have the Palm Squad in your mind, let me be your Palm Squad for these few moments today to tell you, get up, get going, make it happen, and trust that you are equipped to do it right and to be amazing. Number 5, don't let panic dictate your future. Learn from the struggle. We all have had some struggles, whether it is in our personal life, in our professional careers, in what we're trying to do, or to relaunch something, or relaunch a website or a blog, or get back into school, or get another designation. I'm not sure, but learn from the struggle and make it part of your testimony. The best testimony is when you actually have something you've been tested with. That's how it is. And so when you think about it, think about what you learned. Think about what you failed at, but that will be part of your story or her story, to do great things. Number 6, I kind of said this already, but get back up. I mean, even if you received the rejection notice and you didn't get the promotion, you didn't get the corner office, you didn't get the loan approval, you didn't get the refinancing of your mortgage, you didn't get anything, you didn't find the Mr. Right guy or whoever it is, you didn't get that confirmation, don't allow that to be the final say. So I tell ladies all the time, dust your shoulders off, flip your hair, or for those seasoned ladies out there, this may resonate with you, pull up your slip. Yeah, that's the undergarment, actually. Okay. That's an undergarment. Pull up your slip because it's time to keep on trying. Don't worry and don't take the first rejection, because there's still an opportunity to succeed. And then 7, which actually you guys are already doing this right now, absolutely right now, is invest in your self-development. Hey, attend a webinar. So this is amazing. Women in leadership. This is what we're doing right now. This is what you are doing right now, is investing in your development. When you invest in reading new books, reading new blogs, signing up for webinars, personal development, getting involved with the local chamber, getting involved in an employee resource group, you are actually putting investment in your personal growth. So when you're able to do some things and you're able to grow personally, that allows you to build those confidence muscles so that you can win for your day, but also win for your team as their leader. So now we kind of identified some areas of growth. Hopefully you guys are still with me. You haven't checked out. Is that I want to give you some 7 essential vitamins. And you're probably wondering, vitamins? Well, these are for those in the health field. And I will tell you, I am not a medical provider. And so some of these may not jive, and vitamins are minerals. So don't tune me out. Like, she doesn't know what she's saying. I never said I was a medical doctor or a medical practitioner, but there are 7 essential vitamins, okay, that you need to incorporate in your daily leadership health and wellness plan that will ultimately build your confidence to allow you to embrace authenticity, passion, and purpose, okay? So let's get going. Okay, number one, your 7 essential is iron, but I'm going to call it integrity. Integrity. This is 7 key essential vitamins for every leader who should consume these vitamins, okay? Integrity, or you can say it's your iron, right? This is the omega-3 or the multivitamin of key leadership behaviors and essential things. Lacking integrity, ladies, is often a blind spot. Yes. And generally part of the downfall of every great leader. When you don't have integrity, that means it's hard for people to trust you. It's hard for people to think that what you're saying is true. When you don't have integrity, your team loses confidence in you. You are not going to be effective in anything you do when you don't have integrity or character. Number 2 essential vitamin, I would say our vitamin A is adaptability. Okay, adaptability. Great leaders, and I think from going from 2020 into 2021, I don't know, you had to probably be the most flexible, learning agile, adaptable in this space, moving from last year into this year and beyond. Great leaders, right, need to be willing to change the course when needed. You got to adapt. Sometimes going down this route doesn't mean you need to go this route. If you're going down Highway 69, which I know where Highway 69 in Muskogee is, you may need to reroute. So when you think about that, you have to be adaptable to not only the road conditions, but you need to be adaptable to your work environment. In the past 9 years, I have changed absolutely four senior leadership positions. And only one of them I interviewed for. The others, it was more of a tap on the shoulder saying, hey, Cara, we want you to stand up this operation. We want you to do something for this group. We want you to bring your leadership presence over here. And so I had to be adaptable and flexible to move and maneuver with a changing environment. So successful leaders are able to do that, and they build their confidence along the way. Number 3, I would say our vitamin H, which is, they say vitamin H, I don't know if that really is a vitamin, but biotin. Humility. Humility goes a long way. Removing your ego allows you to learn from others. You're not all that. I know this is probably not, I'm stepping on some toes, or I'm stepping on some heels here. You're not all that all the time. You're great, but are you really, really, really great all the time? Humility. Yes, ladies. Removing your ego allows yourself to learn from others. As a leader, and if you're not in a leadership role, you don't have to have the title, but you are probably influencing someone, is that you are creating an environment that promotes feedback, active listening, and signals for those that you lead that you are receptive to feedback and not too proud to being coached. You actually, as a leader, you should be comfortable of hearing feedback from the lowest level of an employee in your organization to the highest level. The best coaching I received, honestly, was from some entry-level employees that came in and told me what they thought about the environment. That was the best coaching I received as a leader, because I knew it was unfiltered, it was unshaken, but it was true and allowed me to recognize some things to make some changes. Number 4, be servant-minded. So we'll say it's the vitamin or mineral S. I don't know if there is one, but being servant-minded, you have to show the attitude of service. If you cannot serve and you do not feel service is a requirement, then you probably don't need to be in leadership. I'm going to say that again. If serving is beneath you, leading is beyond you. Yes, if serving is beneath you, leading is beyond you. You're in the wrong category. You're in the wrong space. So you really want to make sure you're in the mindset of serving. So one of the things that I did with my team, we in Dallas, we went to one of these organizations, and it was called Feeding My Starving Children. And it's an amazing non-for-profit organization that allows you to build manna packs. And it's filled with vitamins and nutrition, and these manna packs go all over the world. And I remember when we first got in there, we had to put on our hair nets. We had to put on some gloves. It was a little bit dirty in there. And one of my employees said this was the best experience. We've never had a leader join us doing this, and you actually were building the path. Well, why not? This is my team. That is your team you're sitting with. That is your team you're trying to build. If you can't get your fancy manicure dirty sometimes, then they're not going to be able to feel like you really know what's going on ground level. So servant leaders use the power to empower more and micromanage less. Servant leaders also are able to coach more and direct less. They involve more, like serving in the community, serving in the chamber, and also excluding less. So you ask questions and you listen more and you talk less. That is a servant leader. That's what you want to make sure you aspire to. Number 5, I call it the vitamin E. I love vitamin E because there's so many things that you can do with vitamin E for many things, your skin, your hair. It's good for your brain. It's good for your vision. I swear, I think many people probably need to take a dose of liquid vitamin E. This vitamin is called emotional intelligence. Number 5, emotional intelligence, key vitamin, emotional intelligence. Technical expertise might help you get the job, but emotional intelligence, ladies, is going to help you keep the job and advance. I'm going to say that again because I want to make sure you understand. You can have all the accolades, you can have all the designations, you can go to Baylor Medical School, you can go to NYU, you can go to Bacon College up the street, you can go to NSU, wherever you're going, you can get all the designations and the degrees, but if you lack emotional intelligence, your team will immediately lose confidence in you because either you're not able to manage your emotions, you're not able to be self-aware, which is a big downfall of a leader. And so you can have all the accolades, but I would encourage you as you build your confidence, build that emotional intelligence as well, because that will allow you to advance, but also bring others along with you. So while this is more inwardly focused, ladies, this is a self-awareness skill to become a really great and amazing leader. That's what we want you to be. So the better you understand yourself, the more effective you can be. I'll say that again. The better you understand yourself, your strengths and your weaknesses, the more effective you can be. So think about this. As you do a mental scan, think about what are some things, and this is a prime thing to do, going back to that exercise, is that what are some things that you're doing well at? What do you need to continue? What should you stop in doing? So emotional intelligence is one. If you didn't have that as something you need to work on, I would encourage you to have that as an area. Number 6, I would say vitamin G. Now, I know this is a very huge reach because I don't even think there is a vitamin G out there, but I'm going to call it grit. One of the key essential vitamins for an amazing leader that you should consume is grit, vitamin G. Now, if you can think about it, I was Googling this last night, and Google, we just say that's just, the best thing, that's the best journal out there, is that they say vitamin G, you don't get it from food, you get it from grounding. So medical practitioners out there, fact check me on that, but they say about walking on the ground barefoot allows you to consume some things from the earth. I don't know, that's a strong reach. But I'm going to talk about grit. Having that tenacious mindset, the grind, the daily grind, not just working out on that elliptical in the gym, but having the grind. So you think about the grind, there is a book out there called Grit, The Power of Passion and Perseverance by Angela Duckworth. Great book. Plugging for the book, and I'm not getting royalties, I promise I'm not. She illustrates in this book how grit matters just as much, if not more, than talent and luck to achieve extraordinary things. So when you think about grit, it's the passion and the perseverance for long-term goals. Leaders who do the best can stay the course in the face of adversity and are motivated by goals much larger than them. Grit, ladies, is your secret sauce. They want to know, how did she get there? How did she do it? How did that work out? That's that grit that when everyone has left for the day, the lights have turned off in the office, everyone has turned off their computer, you are still on your daily grind of trying to figure out, how can I build this team better? How can I be a better leader? How can I be a better influencer? How can I be a better friend or a spouse or a partner? So that grit is that secret sauce. And then the last vitamin out there is vitamin B. And this is not the standard vitamin, but this is something actually, it kind of aligns with the B complex vitamins, but I'm going to call it vision. The ability to see the big picture of where the organization or team is heading. You've got to be able to cast that vision out wide so that you can also articulate what's happening in the space. What are we doing? What's our plan for Q3? What's our plan for Q4? What's our goal going into 2022? As an exceptional leader, being confident with authenticity and passion and purpose, you need to be able to cast that vision wide, but also be able to articulate the vision and show how your other leaders or employees fit in. The vision doesn't make sense if it's just your vision. You have to use a collaborative approach to be able to bring the leaders and bring in the employees in so that it's now a collective vision of the company, a collective vision of the team. Or you can say, if you're not in corporate America, you can say it's the collective vision of our household. Every year, my husband and I, we have a vision, kind of a board. And we write down at the beginning of each year, what do we want to accomplish? And a lot of it is, say we want to reduce our credit card debt, or we want to launch a new project, or we want to finish something, or we want to serve in the community. Vision allows us to keep it real, but it also allows us to be accountable to each other, and also gives you little mile markers. So when you reach that goal, it allows you to kind of cross off. So when you go into the end of the year, you can say, you know what? We had a vision, our team had a vision, and we were able to execute on that vision, and we had a successful strategy as well. All right. So the key essentials as a quick recap is integrity, adaptability, humility, servant, or be a servant minded, emotional intelligence, grit, and vision. All right, we want to, as we kind of conclude our session today, and I want to leave time for any questions or Q&A out there, I want you all to get out of your leadership kit if you have it. And this is where I want you to be a little bold in what you do. In your leadership kit, there should be a handout that says Leadership 12 Daily Affirmations for Every Leader. Hopefully you have that. And if you don't have that, you will be able to catch it in the rebroadcast. But I want you to take that out of your leadership kit, stand up where you are. And now if you're driving, listening, and that probably would not work for you, but I want you to, wherever you are, if you're in the kitchen making something, if you're in your office, if you're with your team, I want you to stand up and stand with me, right? I'm actually sitting, but stand with me, and we are going to do some declarations, because really today is about inspiring you to build those confident muscles, to regain who you are, and to recognize the greatness that you have within you from a purpose and a passion. All right, so we are going to say this with authority and confidence in what we're doing. All right, leadership, 12 daily affirmations for every leader. Number 1, my value does not decrease because someone's inability to know my worth. Okay, I don't think I hear everyone out there. I think let's say it together with your team. Say it out loud. My value does not decrease because someone's inability to know my worth. Number 2, I will bet on myself and be the best version of me without holding back. I love that. Number 3, I am, and maybe pat your chest, I am capable, fierce, resilient, and a strong leader with a proven track record of success and not failures. Number 4, I am, say that with confidence, I am significant and valuable because of my leadership presence, and my voice makes a difference. Number 5, I will no longer play fearful, small, and unsure, but will lead with boldness and with confidence. Number 6, this is what I love when we talk about leading leaders and women bringing women empowerment and empowering women. Number 6, I will leverage my seat at the table. Take up space in the room. I love that. When you are in the room and you have authority, take up space in the room and look for opportunities to reach back and bring other women forward, or bring forth other women. Number 7, my mistakes don't define me. They are part of my growth and winning strategy. I love that. Number 8, I will no longer be a martyr. Yes, ladies, put your oxygen mask on first. I will no longer be a martyr for every cause, but will prioritize my wellness, purpose, and personal growth. Number 9, I will, say that with confidence, ladies, I will expect respect and model respect in everything that I do. Everything I do. Number 10, my boundaries, yes, we need to have boundaries, right? Don't make me inflexible. They make me intentional and impactful. Number 11, now I want you guys to say this with full authority and confidence. I am not a superwoman. I'm gonna say that again. I am not a superwoman, but a voice to be reckoned with that is intentional, strategic, transformational, and wise. And number 12, okay, let's beef up these muscles now and shout it out. We're gonna really be bold here. I am, kind of hit your chest. I am amazing, capable, confident, enough, relevant, significant, and my leadership matters. I am a game changer. I got to say that again because I want this to resonate with all of you. We are amazing, capable, confident, enough, relevant, significant, and my leadership matters. We are game changers. So ladies, it was a pleasure going through this presentation with all of you all. I love being able to empower others. You can find me on a lot of different social media avenues, and I know that will be in the leadership kit as well. But in the interim space, I think we have a little bit of time for any Q&A. So I want to pause and give it back to either my host for the day, and we can see if we can answer any Q&A. And if not, we'll close it down.
Hello, thank you so much. If you have any questions, please put those in the chat box, any Q&A. Cara, amazing job. Amazing job. Hi, friend.
Hey, sis.
It's good to see you.
Likewise.
So thank you, Cara. I am sure we all have learned amazing things today. Thank you for educating us on the vitamins that we need to take every day. Good morning. I am Tammy Howe. I work for Premier USA. I'm the chair of the Women Leadership Conference. It's an honor to have all of you joining us today. This week has been a pleasure. It's been amazing. And I think everyone has just enjoyed each speaker and each day. But Cara, amazing, amazing job today. Thank you so much. Any questions I'm looking at? I see a lot of thank yous. I don't see any questions. So, Cara, thank you again for your time, your wisdom, and the deposits that you put into all these amazing women today.
I know we'll hear great things after today. So ladies, please join us tomorrow here on our Zoom at 10 a.m. for our keynote speaker, Beth Z, your nerd best friend. I'm looking forward to that for her session. Top apps you need to come out of COVID hibernation. I'm confident she's going to say something that we will definitely relate to tomorrow. Also, ladies, I wanted to remind you to meet us tonight at Muskogee Golf Club for Wine and Nine. This is a networking opportunity. There will be an opportunity to socialize with other women from the group, other participants. And this event does start at 5 o'clock tonight. So before you go home, just come on by and say hi to us and hang out with us for a little bit. Also, I wanted to remind you to follow us on the Muskogee Women Leadership page for recognitions, for updates. This session was recorded like all the other ones, and those will be on there. So those of you on social media, follow us continually on that. That is very, very important for that. This year's Women Leadership Conference speakers are being recorded. So make sure you stay on top of that to catch up on their sessions and different things that happened this week. So it's been a great day. We appreciate all that you have done. And I'm seeing a couple questions come in. So let me kind of jump on those real quick. I don't want to miss an opportunity for Cara to answer a question. Do you have any suggestions for those who have other leaders that need more emotional intelligence? That's a question.
So I would say one of the things, emotional intelligence actually can be developed. And so I always use a circle of friends. And I ask them to help me identify some pain points and some areas of growth. And so when you think about emotional intelligence, the first thing is there are several different some resources out there. You can use a 360, you can do a impromptu survey to ask questions, or those can ask questions about you. But when I think about emotional intelligence, the first thing that it's kind of the first step is, do I have an emotional intelligence issue? Do I lack the confidence, but do I lack the self-awareness? Do I blow up on the handle and everything? And I hate to say it, your spouse or your partner or your kids are probably the best coach to tell you when you fly off the handle. Because if you do it at home, you're going to do it in the office, or you're going to do it on the court, or you're going to do it in the hospital. And so take the advice of those and around you, those intimate advice from those around you, and see what are some things you can own, like the start, stop, and continue. What are some things you can start doing, stop doing, and pause in doing? But the first key thing is self-awareness. When I come into the room, does the room deflate? Do I suck up all the energy out of the room because of my presence? Or when I enter the room, does it create a level of excitement and joy and happiness? And so those are some key things, is pausing, do kind of a self-check, look the room, but also always have a plant in a room that can give you real deal, true advice to say, Cara or lady, ooh, that was bad, or you took it another way, or your nonverbals did not match up with your verbals. And so you really want to think about, you can grow in emotional intelligence. There's several books out there. Daniel Goleman has a great book on emotional intelligence. He's the guru. And so there's a lot of ways that you can focus on that to be better as a leader, but also inspire greatness in your team.
Thank you, Cara, for answering that last minute question. Ladies, thank you for joining us today. Hang on just a second. It's one of our favorite things to do. It's giveaway time. So we are spinning the wheel. We have a wonderful giveaway today from First Star Bank. It's a Kendra Scott jewelry gift basket. It's amazing. I've seen it. And our winner is Sierra Walker. Congratulations, Sierra. Thank you, ladies. We enjoyed the day, and we'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day.